that's what's more fun for me.
I spent most of my life as an actor.
Recently, Tom Hardy's been that fresh face popping up in some of Hollywood's biggest blockbusters. He's often cast as tough and complex characters, but his edge is that he's comfortable in either dialogue-driven or action-driven films. Growing up in Hammersmith, London, Tom exhibited a rebellious streak from a young age, developing an alcohol abuse problem as a teenager, plus narrowly avoiding hard time for stealing a car and gun possession charges. But all that aside, Tom still had time to win a supermodel search competition on a UK morning show and land a supporting part on Steven Spielberg's HBO miniseries Band of Brothers. Not a bad effort. But in 2003, Hardy false started, collapsing in the street in a pile of puke and blood with crack pipe in hand. Clean and sober since that day, how does he feel about the ongoing debate surrounding the legalisation of drugs?
As the professional in retirement, I'm not sure about the drugs and drink stance, really. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to make any political statements or anything, but there's a good argument to say to legalise drugs, and there's also a not so great argument, you know what I mean, to say don't, the opposite. So that's my stand is, whatever floats your boat, just don't get caught.
Following that episode, Tom began a gradual reconstruction of his life. And although he admits there's still a craving beast inside him, it can only be unleashed now for dramatic purposes. This inner demon is exactly what Tom needed for inspiration to act as Britain's most violent criminal, Charles Bronson. His harrowing interpretation in Bronson was physically fearless, psychologically unsettling, and forced the film industry to take notice again. And they did. Tom was cast in Inception and delivered a scene and dream-stealing performance. Then he was interrogated to play a supporting role in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. So, what does Hardy attribute to his success?
I think necessity dictates, actors act, writers write. And, whatever comes along, I'm not going to say no to if I've got nothing else to do. Do you know what I mean? But in the last 3-4 years, there's been since Bronson, the opportunities that have come along have been very varied and different. And someone like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which may not have been offered to me, 4 or 5 years ago, has arrived partly from luck, partly from maybe work that I've done for whatever reason. I would absolutely, I would chew someone's arm off or my own, metaphorically, to get into a film like this. I like to work on my range because it obviously keeps me being adaptable and versatile as an actor. Means that there's more opportunity for me to work. This is like, there's nothing common about sense, but the more I can do, then obviously the more chance I have of surviving and putting my kid through school. Plus I love doing what I do and I love playing characters. So a mixture of all of that, necessity and luck, really.
But all these suits were stifling the kid from London's underground. Tom needed some action, some good old-fashioned manly violence. Acting as Aussie Joel Edgerton's brother in Warrior provided all the fist-mashing macho fun he required. But that's not the only thing Tom enjoyed.
I love the fact that it was a very human, non-judgmental story about real problems, economical, spiritual, physical, and emotional, and to the backdrop of what happened to be, kind of rocky as well. Yeah. So, I get to work on a really intimate, family drama, last 1970s kind of American proper movie making, and also get to do Rocky too, to knock out Joel, yeah.
Using Joel as his punching bag is one thing, but Tom loves to marry the action with drama in his films, which is why he pursued the prohibition crime thriller Lawless.
We want to provide people with, I think, the supply and demand of the film business. Within that transaction, it would be nice as artists to deliver consistently work which, pushes the envelope and stimulates. That isn't, superheroes and, CGI. So, and I think, and for us, it's a great time to train, work out at what we do, and practice. And really, for us, I think, and I'm speaking, not necessarily for all of us, but I kind of feel I am. It's the bread and butter to do work like this.
Yeah, it appears Tom Hardy's got all of the building blocks in place, so it's going to be exciting to see what's next for this emerging star. And with such a solid rap sheet to his name, I think we're certainly in for some more exciting and quality roles from the London lad. Stay tuned to Star Picks for all the movies you know and the actors you love. Broadcast in high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For more of the best in entertainment news, check out your Movie Network channels. Find or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and mnc.tv.